Hi guys, today's video is a little bit different and it's going to be a skincare video. So first and foremost, of course, I am not a skincare expert whatsoever. I don't have any education in dermatology or anything like that. I wasn't even a part of the skincare world. Like, I would never work there. When I was working at Sephora, I was just zoned specifically to makeup. So even then, like, I didn't take advantage of a lot of the experts that would come in, and I knew very little about skincare. But some of you had requested a skincare routine video, so I thought, hey, I'm getting ready tonight, so I might as well just film a quick video too for you guys and show you guys how I do my skincare. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's just jump right into it. So starting off, I just jumped out of the shower, that's why my hair is so wet. And my face feels really dry. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I have really sensitive and dry skin. So once I wash my face, and this is how I used to wash my face too when I was in like high school or middle school, is I thought that squeaky clean dry feeling was good, but for my skin that's actually not. So I had no idea that I was doing it wrong. But yeah, you can kind of see it's kind of dull. It doesn't really have any life to it. It's just very dry feeling right now. So what I'm going to do, because I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to use my Sukari Baby Facial. Basically, it's just going to help exfoliate my skin, and it helps resurface as well. So I only do this twice a week. I don't do this daily. I think people probably could, depending on their skin type. Since I am more sensitive, I only do this about twice a week, or at least I should do this twice a week. So I'm going to put this on first before I do my skincare routine. So what I'll just do is take a couple pumps on the back of my hand. So I'll kind of start by putting it on different spots of my face, and then I'll just kind of slowly start to even it out. I actually really like this facial. So what you do is you leave it on for 20 minutes and it'll kind of resurface your skin. So you'll see, like before, my skin was very dry, and right now it's kind of shiny because of the product. But even when I wash my face off with a warm towel, it will be still like hydrated, and it will look a lot more, like it has a lot more life to it than it did before. So I'm going to leave this on for about 20 minutes or so, and I'll come right back. Okay, so the instructions say to rinse off with lukewarm water and then pat dry, but since I don't have access to a sink right now, I'm just going to use a damp facial cloth just to remove some of that product. So I'm just going to go in circular motions just to remove that facial. And I feel like you can definitely already start to tell my face has a little bit more life to it, looks a little bit dewier. Which is what I need. A lot of the products I'm going to be using today are from this brand called Colin. Only because I would get facials at G. Morez. When I moved back from Florida, my skin was very, I think it got used to the humidity, and moving to Washington, my skin got super dry and it was very sensitive. So I went and got a facial, and she used some of these products on my skin, and I saw huge results within a couple of visits. Like, it was, I could see definitely in the first visit, but after going a couple times, my skin looked so amazing. So I bought these mainly because she used them on me. It's not a brand I'd ever heard before. I would naturally think I would get something from Sephora because I did work there and I know a lot more about that, but she used these on my skin and I absolutely love them. So it's not sponsored. The reason why I have all of these is because that's what she used when she was giving me facials. And so I just saw huge results with my skin personally. Again, you do have to do what's best for your skin. Some of these products may not work for you if you don't have dry to sensitive skin, but since I do, those are the products I'll be using. Normally what I would do is I would use a face cleanser, and I would also use my Foreo. So I would put the cleanser all over my face and use my Foreo. It just vibrates, and I'll just do it in circular motions all over. And then when I'm done with that, I'll pat my skin dry, and then I'll go on with a toner. So a toner is one of those things too that if I had to like buy a couple of things at Sephora, it would probably be at the bottom of my list. So like if I had a gift card to Sephora, I wouldn't go in there and be like, yay, toner, because it just seems like it's an unnecessary step. And that's the problem with skincare, is it's just so expensive, and you think, do I really need all these things? And unfortunately the answer is yes, if you want to see the most results. So I didn't have a lot of money back when I was in college or high school, so I wouldn't get a toner. I would just get like a moisturizer and maybe a cleanser, and that was good for me. Actually, Actually, there were days I didn't even get a moisturizer. I would just get a cleanser. That to me is like the #1 product that you need. So if you guys can't afford to get a toner, I totally understand. I've been there, but I do see huge results. So right now my face is still, it's feeling a lot smoother than it did before, but it's still feeling a little dry. So what I will do, and this is the toner, the treating mist for sensitive skin. So it's not the one for dry skin. I have some products for dry skin and some products for sensitive skin. This one's for sensitive skin. I'll just spray it right on my face. And I personally just let it air dry. You can rub it in with your fingers and really like push it into the skin, but I feel like it air dries just fine. But I'll put on my toner, and then my skin, basically the importance of a toner is it restores the pH balance in your skin. So for me, I have really dry skin, and if you wash your face and it dries out your skin, it's going to restore it to that neutral balance. So basically it just neutralizes your skin before you put on your serums or your moisturizers. So that's the importance of a toner. It just balances everything out. Next, you want to apply your serums. So another way they teach skincare is they say that you want to put on the products that are the thinnest to the products that are the thickest. So what you want to do is you want to put on your toner first, and then you want to go in with a serum, and then after that is when you go in with your moisturizer. And the reason why they say this too is just so it helps soak into the skin better. If you have a moisturizer on your skin and it's pretty thick, and then you try to apply a really thin serum, the serum will have a harder time going through the moisturizer to get deep into your skin. So that's why you want to do the toner first, and then the serum, and then you're going to do the moisturizer. So next up I have, again from the same brand, the serum, and this is for dry skin. So they don't have, I think this is French, I'm pretty sure, but it's Hydromucine Optimal, but the ones that say Sensiderm is for sensitive, and the ones that say Hydromucine are for dry skin. So typically too, you want to put this on at nighttime, but I'll just put a couple pumps on the back of my hand, and then I'll put this where my skin gets really, really, really dehydrated or dry. So I'll put this on my forehead and kind of concentrate on my cheeks. I won't put this on my nose because I see an oil buildup on my nose, but I'll just put it in areas where I typically get dry. And then with this, you kind of want to, I've heard you want to press it, but then I've heard you can just rub it in too. So I kind of do both, where I'll just kind of smooth it out, and then I'll just press it in. And this stuff is not cheap, unfortunately, but it got to the point where I was seeing such a huge difference that I wanted to get this stuff. Before I was like, oh, skincare doesn't really work, but it really does. You just have to find what's best for you, and sometimes it just takes a while to find something that really works for your skin. Like if I used this when I was in Florida, it might not have had the same results because my skin was very hydrated and all the humidity, but living in Washington, it's really dry, especially in the winter, so I have to use a lot thicker creams and a lot more sensitive type products because my skin does get really sensitive to cold, dry air. So my serum is all pressed in now, and I'm going to take my, again, same brand, the Cream Hydromucine Optimal Cream. So it's, again, for the dry skin, and it's just the moisturizer. So I'll put that on the back of my hand. I'll put this, again, in kind of the same areas. The serum is really good for when you're like putting on your skincare before you go to bed, because it will, basically what happens when you go to sleep is your skin does all of its repair work. So what it will do is it will kind of rejuvenate itself, it will refresh itself. So that's why it's good to wear like on nighttime masks or before you go to bed, or even masks you can sleep in. Like I know there's one from Glam Glow that I love. It's so good. I think it smells like mangoes, but anyways, it's a hydrating mask and you wear it when you sleep, and my skin always looks so plump and hydrated in the morning. So that's why there's a lot of masks for overnight as well, because that's when your skin is like rejuvenating itself. So basically there's a lot of products that work with that, and they'll work really, really deep in your skin to help rejuvenate your skin cells. And you can also find a moisturizer that has SPF in it. I don't believe this one does, if I know correctly. I don't think it does, but sometimes you can find moisturizers that have SPF in it, and that's really important. I know a lot of my makeup that I'll put on top of my skincare has SPF in it, so we're covered there, but it's like an extra bonus. Put some on my eyelids too. But now you can see my skin looks way better than it did at the beginning of this video. Before it was like crying and dying, and now it's like coming back to life. And then lastly, I don't always do this, but I also do an eye cream as well. This is from Kate Somerville as part of their Goat Milk collection. And this is one of the few eye creams I find works for me. I find that if I get really thick eye creams, they kind of build up, and then if I go in with a concealer, it just kind of builds up and it looks really bad. So I really like this eye cream. It's also it's always really cool. I think it's because it's in like a metal tube, but it's always really cool, so it helps with like puffiness. And I'll just roll that on right underneath my eyes. But I've also really liked the Kate Somerville Goat Milk collection as well from Sephora. That's another collection, when I've used it all together, has really worked for my skin too. So I'm using this right now just because that's what I have, and I got it when I went and got facials. I could see such a huge difference in my skin, and I'm sure you guys can see a difference too. My skin looks so much better, but there's other options out there too. So I'm not saying this is the end all be all, and if you have a different skin type, this probably won't work for you. But I have more dry to sensitive skin, and this just really works for me, and I feel like my skin is not crackly anymore. It's not as dry, and I feel like it really works. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my skincare routine video. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, just give it a thumbs up or leave some ideas in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!